What is going on, Fox and Tenacious Fox here, your coach of the Indie Ivysaurs, bringing you week 2 of the TCL. Today we are taking on Fishbrat and his New York Dragonairs. I don't know if he's got a channel. If you do, I will put your link down below. So this week is another week where we have a really great matchup against them. Our Mamoswine and our Azumarill just do so much work. So we actually gave the Mamoswine Scarf and we gave our Azumarill Choice Band. Had we run it like Belly Drum or something like that, we probably could have just swept the crap out of him. But I wanted to go with the Choice Band. We did bring the Leafeon, which had Baton Pass and Sword Stance, to potentially do a Sword Stance pass into Azumarill, but that was relying on the fact that he had Breloom, and had he brought Breloom, our Leafeon would have been our best choice to switch in on that. So he ended up not bringing the Breloom, so we just kind of had Leafeon doing its own thing here. But then we have another sweep. We have 2 more sweep threats with Salamence and Mew. So we're going to get... Oh, I should talk about Skarmory as well. Skarmory was just basically a set to wall his Tauros. He also has a Hitmonlee, so it was going to wall that as well. And it can really wall this Aerodactyl finally. I actually recorded this video already. It just did... I clicked record on OBS, and of course it didn't record. My audio recorded, but we're going to do this round 2. We're going to do this round 2. So, first off, we are going to lead with Mamoswine, because if he leads with anything but Tauros, we're going to get a lot of momentum, a lot of offensive momentum going forward. And even if he leads Tauros, we can switch easily into Skarmory, take any hit that he wants to throw at us, and be totally fine. So we are going to start with the Mamoswine. He does lead with Tauros, so now we're going to switch into Skarmory and take this Iron Tail, which does absolutely nothing. And we're basically going to heal back up. Now we do want to get our Stealth Rocks up here, because we want him to take some damage. Because if we can get basically everything to about half health, then Choice Band and Azumarill just comes in and cleans the entire team with Aqua Jet. And he can do nothing about it, because he really does not have any priority on this team. So we do get the Stealth Rocks up, so he's going to be taking damage every single time he switches in. Because I don't know if our Aerodactyl gets defog in this. I really don't know. I don't know on BDSP stuff, but I'm pretty sure Aerodactyl may or may not get defog, but I doubt he brought it, because Aerodactyl is very frail, and I have a lot of threats to that Aerodactyl as well. But we are going to just stay in here, but we're actually going to go for the Brave Bird, because Tauros is one of the few mons on his team that I need to get it to about half health, so for our Aqua Jet to just clean. We are going to go for the Brave Bird. Luckily, we don't get the Flame Body burn, which I don't know if he was Flame Body. I don't think he was, because he's expecting me to bring Moltres. And honestly, Moltres did have a good matchup here, but because of the Hitmonlee, I don't think I brought Moltres. And the potential for rocks, because he's got about 3 or 4 rocks mons as well. So I didn't bring Hitmonlee, or not Hitmonlee. I didn't bring Moltres just for that. And really, I don't think it had that great of a matchup against him, to be totally honest. But we are just going to switch straight into Azumarill as he misses the Magma Storm. So we're going to go for Aqua Tail, because whatever wants to come in here, Aqua Tail is going to do a ton of damage to. I could have gone for the Play Rough. If I had gone for the Play Rough and hit, the Sceptile would have been very dead. But we actually go for the Aqua Tail. And I actually considered going for Superpower as well, which would have been 100% accuracy, and would have probably... I don't know. He might have had to have some bulk on the Sceptile to not die. But we go for the Aqua Tail, and unfortunately we do miss, which is... It's fair. It's totally fair, because he missed the Magma Storm right before that. So we are going to switch straight into Skarmory, because the Sceptile can do absolutely nothing. I don't care if you Sword Stance. He can Sword Stance all he wants. He is going to try to get behind a Substitute. I don't know why he went for Substitute here. I would have probably switched out, to be honest with you. His Sceptile... There was nothing he could do against my Skarmory. So Brave Bird was 100%, 110% our play there. So we are going to go for the Brave Bird. He's going to keep trying to set up. He actually gets a flinch here. So he flinches us. And now I'm kind of worried. I'm like, okay, I'll just go for another Brave Bird. he gets another flinch. So now he's gotten 2 flinches in a row. And if he gets another one, he can kill our Skarmory, which, again, I just said Sceptile cannot kill our Skarmory, but he potentially could. It didn't really matter if he had killed this because we could have come in with Leafeon and finished it off. But it would have just been really annoying. Because he goes for Rock Slide again, and luckily we do get the Roost off, and we're going to be totally fine. But we're going to go for the Brave Bird here as he goes for Substitute. It's a little annoying because it means we kind of lose some health. And then he's going to go for the Rock Slide again as we go for the Brave Bird and finish off this Sceptile. But the only downside about that was we probably should have gone for a Roost there to keep our health higher. Because potentially, if we switched in on Tauros, I think it could have 2-shot us depending on the move he went for. Like if he went for, I don't know, if he went for like a double edge or body slam or something like, he might have been able to 2-shot our Skarmory from this range. But that's okay. That's okay. So he brings in the Electivire, and Electivire, we were pretty confident that this Electivire was Specs, because Specs Flamethrower was really the only thing that could do a lot of damage to my Mamoswine. Well, really, Specs Electivire could have done a lot, or any kind of Electivire could have done a lot to my Azumarill. But it did make it a challenge because I didn't know. Basically, if you went for a Thunderbolt here, and I switched into Salamence, then Salamence was probably dead, to be honest with you. If he goes for a Flamethrower, then we can actually set up with Salamence and probably win the game, to be honest with you. I don't think he had anything on his team that could live an attack from Salamence, because we had Earthquake and Dragonclaw. Although his Aerodactyl, we find out later that his Aerodactyl was Scarf. So we're going to go into Mew, because Mew is our most expendable member of the team. As I get 20,000 text messages. And he's going to switch out into Aerodactyl. I'm just going to Roost here. I really wanted to see what he was going to do. As he goes for a Rock Slide. Not a lot of damage, to be honest with you. And we're just going to Surf and basically put this thing on its deathbed. Now, at this point, we didn't know that he was Scarfed. Because we actually find that out later when he sends us a set. But it really didn't matter. Because right here, we're just going to switch into Azumarill and pick up a kill. He can't do enough to our Azumarill here. Had he crit us, it would have been really annoying. But we're going to Aqua Jet and get our first kill with Aerodactyl as he comes in with Electivire. Now, here, I don't want to take more damage on Mew if I have to. Although Mew can't really do much left in the game. It could potentially kill the Nidoqueen, so we want to keep it around a little bit. Now, our Leafeon does nothing in this game at this point because he didn't bring the Breloom. So we're just going to switch into Leafeon as he goes for the Flame. Oh, he actually goes for the Psychic, so pretty basic move. He would have been really in trouble if we'd gone into Skarmory, to be honest with you. But he does go for the Psychic. We're just going to let our Leafeon go down. And we're going to bring in a Mamoswine, and we are going to click Earthquake and take out this Electivire. So Mamoswine picks up his first kill. He is going to bring in the Tauros. Tauros, I really couldn't do much to, but he can't do anything to our Skarmory. And I know he's going to go for something that can hit our Skarmory better. So he does about 21% to our Skarmory. He's going to Rock Slide one more time. I'm just going to go for the Brave Bird here to get some... Sorry, I actually went for the Roost. I should have known that. I should have known that because this is the second match I've done. I probably should have gone for the Brave Bird here because it would have done a lot of damage to this. But at this point, I was still trying to preserve some differential, maybe get the 5-0. But at this point, right after this, I was like, I'm just gonna get the win. So he does end up switching to Nidoqueen as we go for the Brave Bird. And I'm just gonna let him take out our Skarmory, to be honest with you. He does set up the late game rocks. Those didn't really matter. I think he probably thought I was gonna switch out. Does go for the Ice Beam. I considered switching into Mamoswine here. Oh, I probably would have switched into Mamoswine had I lived that Brave Bird recoil, but we are going to bring in Azumarill. At this point, I just want Azumarill to try to go for the sweep and get 4 kills. So we are going to click Aqua Jet, take out the Nidoqueen, and he's going to bring in his Tauros, which is not, it's not low enough for us to kill. So we are going to two-shot it. He does go for the Iron Tail. We live on 8%. I don't know what the roll was on that. It's obviously neutral, but Tauros just hits like a truck. We were max HP though, so we were max attack, max HP. So that might have actually been a high roll, or at least a mid roll. But we're gonna click Aqua Jet again, take out the Tauros, and then he's just gonna have this lone Heatran that cannot do anything against either my Azumarill, or if we don't kill it with this Aqua Jet, then Mamoswine is going to pick up the final kill. Go for the Aqua Jet, find out he's a little bit bulkier. He's gonna kill off our Azumarill. We're gonna come in with Mamoswine at the end. And Mamoswine is going to pick up the final kill. And we're going to go move to 2-0. We actually do move into first place, but we're not going to stay first place towards the for the rest of the week, because there's one match left to go, and they're both 1-0. So one of them is going to replace us for first. But that's okay. So we moved it to 2-0, playing the first 2 weeks. Playing two of the more difficult opponents, because Fish is actually pretty good. He plays in other draft leagues. I just don't think he had the best matchup in this one, which was really unfortunate for him. But I do hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you guys did like it, make sure you guys leave a like, because those help out so much. And if you're brand new and you want to see more, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We want to hit 1K this year. We really do. But anyways, that's going to be all for this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. As always, Fox out.